Governor, tonight for the third and last time, Meg Whitman and Jerry Brown went at it, promising, punching, and counterpunching.
Today, what I see is the California dream is broken.
We really have to think for the first time as Californians first, as members of these other categories second.
If he goes to Sacramento, it will be the same old, same old.
She doesn't have a detailed plan. She said 14 billion in cuts, doesn't say what they are.
You got to listen to what Jerry Brown says. It's a little bit do as I say, not as I do.
How much money will you save if this tax breaks were in effect this year or last year?
Jerry Brown has a 40-year record of being soft on crime. You can't have a governor or an attorney general who makes a decision what part of the Constitution they're going to defend and what part of the Constitution they're not going to defend.
I've got the police chiefs in my backing me because they know I'm tough on crime.
I think he said he's got the police chiefs in his back pocket.
No, I have their backing, not like some of the ones who are backing you.
Whitman apologized for not voting. Brown apologized for that, not recording. The real battles, taxes, immigration, jobs, the budget. John Schwad is in San Rafael where the debate took place. John.
How are you this evening? Yes, that California budget, of course, has played a huge role in these debates and in this campaign, and tonight was no exception. One of the surprises, though, came along when the candidates were asked just how they would deal with that budget. Now, let's take a listen to what they had to say about that.
I don't have to learn on the job. I've done 8 budgets. 4 of them were absolutely on time, and a couple were a few days late. All right? But I've done this before. I think we have to articulate in a very clear way what is California government? What do we want in our schools, in our prisons, in our highways? And I also want to start at the top. I want to see the governor cut 10 to 15% out of his budget, and then the legislature.
Do you know how much the governor's budget is?
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than when I was there.
No.
But if you start from the top and sacrifice...
The governor's office budget is $18 million. If he cuts 15% out of the budget, he's going to save $2.7 million, which is less than 1/100th of 1% of the $20 billion budget deficit that we face. If that is your plan for fixing the budget, we have really big problems ahead of us.
Tonight we've got 2 students from Dominican College, Dominican University of California here with us tonight. And first we've got Janelle Harris. Janelle, thank you for being with us. And we've also got Rachel Trina Grandin. They're going to tell us how they see this debate through the eyes of a young person. Rachel, tell us, you were a supporter of Jerry Brown, or at least came away persuaded that he's done a better job tonight than the opponent. Why do you say that?
I personally feel that Jerry Brown did a fantastic job tonight, and he played to his abilities of his refutation skills, and I feel like he has proven in the past debates and that he will always be better at debating the issues than someone who's a newcomer like Meg Whitman.
Okay. Now, Janelle, of course, whoops, it's kind of uneven ground here tonight. Janelle, has Jerry Brown, did he do a good job, or was it Meg Whitman? In your case, you think Meg Whitman outperformed tonight. Why is that? Was she more disciplined? How was it?
I thought that she handled the questions better. I thought she had a lot of facts to back her up, and she just seemed really composed, and I felt like Jerry Brown was kind of wishy-washy.
Rocky at times?
Rocky, yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, you heard it from students here at Dominican College University, which of course played host to this debate. There's 3 weeks more to go before this election, November 2nd. So a lot can happen between now and then. Whether tonight's debate will prove decisive in any way, shape, or form, yet to be determined. Now back to you in the studio.
Well, they're getting better and better. We wish they wouldn't stop here because there's so much more to talk about. Joining us now is Jill Stewart, the deputy editor of LA Weekly. She's a longtime political commentator, and Matt Klink, a political consultant and executive VP of Sorrell and Associates. Matt, let's start with you. Your take. Let me just give you my take. First debate to Jerry Brown. Second debate, kind of a draw. Tonight, what do you think?
I think tonight it goes to Meg Whitman she had a little more personality. She was clearly more engaged. And she didn't let Jerry Brown get away with half-truths or half-statements. She came back at him. And I think that if you look at how the debate went, I think that Meg Whitman probably got more face time than Jerry Brown did.
Jill, last night you said they've been avoiding the issues. Did they talk about the issues you wanted to hear about tonight?
Well, first of all, Meg Whitman, most improved debater of the last several years. I mean, I thought she did terrible job in both of the debates. This one, she had him on the run. My big problem with them is all Californians really care about is jobs. They've been asking them to talk about jobs. How is the government going to get out of the way of business? How's the government going to help with job creation? What is the governor going to do? Jerry Brown, I took notes. I didn't hear him say anything specific at all. Maybe I missed it. Not a word. I don't think that's right. I think that's wrong. Meg Whitman, I think she said one very specific thing. She stuck her neck out. She said in a liberal state that they should cut the taxes on capital gains, and he attacked her for wanting to cut taxes on the rich. But as Matt points out, she came right back and defended herself and said, listen, the rich are investors and job creators. They hire people. They don't have the tax in Nevada and Washington. So she stuck with it.
All right, so here's the thing. The command of the facts, I think, is really important. Jerry Brown, it appeared to me, was talking sort of in generalities. Meg Whitman really stuck it to Jerry Brown on specifics, especially when it came to numbers. Matt, she seemed to have a real command of what the numbers were.
Yeah, clearly she had practiced and she knew her material, and I think the most telling number that she threw out was when Jerry Brown said he was going to cut the governor's budget by 15%, and she threw out the number of what the office budget was and was very specific about a 1/100th of 1% cut. And if that's your idea of budget reform, I mean, that was a very effective jab on Meg Whitman's part.
Now, Jill, in order for the candidate